I remember when I lost my dad in 2012, I was preparing to get married. So I had to plan a funeral and a wedding at the same time. I was confused. I'm like, what day am I supposed to be happy? What day am I supposed to be sad? It was a lot emotionally for me. And then when I lost my mom, it was, I have to figure out how to grieve and comfort my children. And that still is confusing because I have those moments where I'm like, but wait, I want to be the broken one, the soft one, the crying. Hello, welcome to Amina's Moment, my grief journey. I wanted to share just something that I thought about, and I guess I've been thinking about a lot of things about my life in regards to losing my mom this year, and then when I lost my dad in 2012. And so, to be honest, I never thought that I would be 42 years old without both of my parents. And I had a great relationship. Was it perfect? No. But I was close with both of my parents, and just thinking about what I experienced once they were gone, that has been like my journey. And so my husband and I've said this before, it is like we have to do everything just different. Everything is just different in our life. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but it is an adjustment every single day. So I remember when I lost my dad in 2012, I was preparing to get married. So I had to plan a funeral and a wedding at the same time. I was confused. I'm like, what day am I supposed to be happy? What day am I supposed to be sad? It was a lot emotionally for me. And then when I lost my mom, it was, I have to figure out how to grieve and comfort my children. And that still is confusing because I have those moments where I'm like, but wait, I want to be the broken one, the soft one, the crying one, the one that's maybe upset today. And I have to, whether you agree with this or not, I have to literally push my feelings aside if they are in need to be comforted by their mother. And so one of the things that I have come to know is that I have to identify my feelings. And this is not a bookcase. This is not a like something I learned in school, partially, but I've had to put to use that when I identify my feelings and what I'm experiencing right then and there, I have to be fully aware of what those feelings are. I can't just say, oh, I'm having a sad moment. No, because I have to be in the moment because I have other people that I have to tend to. And so women, I believe you know this. You are like the chauffeur, the cook, the doctor, the lawyer, the referee when they're debating between each other. You're all of these things at once. And so sometimes that can be a hard task in grief because I'm still mom to Bryce, Miles, and Kendall. I am still wife to Dedrick. And so I have to be a lot of things at one time. And so this grief journey has taught me to identify what I'm feeling. I'm not saying that I disregard anyone else's feelings, but I have to make sure that I do a check-in with Amina and say, Amina, how are you feeling? Because if I don't, I can get lost in all the things that I listed, all the things that I have to do, all the people I have to be, or the roles that I have to play. This grief journey has taught me to identify those feelings. I wanted to, what I am going to do, because I feel like this is, if I can help somebody else, that helps me. And so I don't know if you may be dealing with grief, with loss, and don't allow somebody to tell you, well, it's not that person you lost, so it's not that bad. Whatever. Because when I lost my dad, it hurt. When I lost my mom, it hurt. There was no like, oh, well, this one, it's different because I loved them different. You don't love one person the same way you love, I mean, even your children. Well, for me, I love them based on who they are, and they're different individuals. So I had to even understand in grief, I had to really come to terms with both my mom and dad are gone. They're gone. And I have to be just the product of what they created, and be the one that I'm exhibiting the things they instilled in me on a regular basis without having them to go to for quick check-ins, because that's what I did with my parents. I didn't agree with some of the things that my dad, the way he wanted me to dress. Nope, didn't agree with it. I'm the first one to tell you. But my mother, she said, if you're going to go around him, you will respect how he wants you to dress. I thought that was just utterly ridiculous. However, I understand why she did that now. Then with my mom, there were some things I didn't agree with, certain decisions that she made. I mean, we had some pretty intense conversations over the years, and I'm just like, what, because again, I'm still trying to grow up. So now I have 42 years of not being able to go to my parents to do a check-in from what they invested in me. And now I feel like I'm like on this island. This is no disrespect or anything against my husband by far, but he's not me. And so I feel like I'm alone in that part as a daughter. That's the part that hurts, because I did check in with them, because I did consult them, and now that part is gone. I can't check in and say, hey, I know you taught me how to do this, but is this what you really meant? Is this how you wanted me to do it? And so that part hurts. So on this grief journey, I have identified my feelings and still identifying them each and every single day. Every day. And now I'm learning how to live with, okay, mom is gone, dad is gone. And now I have to do what they taught me. Not that I wasn't doing it before, because when my dad left, I still had my mom to check in and say, what do you think dad would have said? Or mom, what is your thought on this? Now I don't have that check-in system anymore. And so now I just have to rely on the things they invested in me. And that's what I execute every single day. And I'm grateful for that. So this journey, this grief journey, I tell you, it is a process. It is, it's a learning walk. It is a journey, learning walk. What else is it for me? It's a teaching or teachable moment all the time, because I'm still learning about me now from a different perspective. My mom lived with my husband and I for about almost 8.5 years, roughly. So even as a mother, I was checking in. Oh, well, how do I do this with Bryce? And just little stuff like that. I've called my mother-in-law just recently, and I'm like, Mom, I need you, because it's just things that, as a mom, you always want to make sure you're doing it right. Sometimes that can be hard, but as women, I believe that because we're doing so many different things at the same time, that sometimes we need that person that we can say, I just need to check in to make sure. And I remember calling her, actually it was probably about 3 weeks ago, and it was a question about Bryce, and she was like, oh, Mina. We had a good conversation about it, but it was just the point that I was like, God, I thank you that I still have my mother-in-law, because I do believe that wisdom can come with age. I'm not saying that all older people are wise. I'm just saying wisdom can come with age. And so I know who to call. Not Ghostbusters, but I sure called Patricia Hennings. So I feel like my dad, Benjamin Sharif, was such a wonderful part in my life. My mom, Belita Jackson, none can compare. And it is a moment of reflection that I get to have just thinking about what they invested in me. So now on this grief journey, okay, let's go, Mina. Let's do it, because it's work every single day. And so I really hope that if you're going through this type of journey, whatever your loss is, you have to keep going, because a journey doesn't just stop. That's almost just like a pit stop. This is not a pit stop. This is it's a place where I'm finding myself. I got to go this step, take that step, take this step. And I'm not taking any big steps. I'm taking small ones. And that's what I'm sticking to. And so as tears come, as they go, I mean, you just, even now, sometimes I tear up, and then I'm able to just continue and keep going. I will say this on the spiritual side, it is all God. It is all God that's getting me through these types of moments, because it is not easy. It is not easy. And so if you are going through a loss, please find the very thing. So my thing to find was, God, please help me. God, I need your help. You have to find. I'm not here to tell you what to find or how to do it, what to do, but find the one thing that it just keeps you going. And I tell you, God has been my rock. He has been more to me over the past few months than I've ever experienced. Because I've had some prayers now that I'm like, God, I can't even talk to either one of my parents. So you're my spiritual father. I got to go to you. Not that I left him as a last resort, but my mom and dad were here. And then when my dad was gone, my mom was here. Now that my mom is gone, I'm like, okay, just have to keep going. Just have to keep going. So please keep going. This grief journey, it's a process, but you have to keep going. You can't stop, because that person that's gone wouldn't have wanted you to. Because I know I think about it a lot. The decisions that I'm making now, I'm like, what would my mom and dad have wanted me to do? And the answer was to keep going, not to stop. Even through the tears, Mina, keep going. Even when it hurts, Mina, keep going. Even when you're sad, Mina, keep going. And I saw my mom grieve her parents, so I'm doing the very thing that I saw her do. And I hope that my children are seeing the way that I'm grieving, because I know my husband and I won't be here forever. I understand. I'm not crazy. And I do know that our children, I pray that they are the products of what we instill in them, just like I'm the product of what my parents instilled in me. And so I just really want to encourage you today. It is a journey. It is not a pit stop. It is not a roadblock. It is a journey to keep going. Thank you for joining me for Amina's Moment.